welcome back to SoulMCA's channel. If today is your first time watching a SoulMCA video, if you like the video, I just ask that you like the video. And if you really like the video, then subscribe. And I can promise you there are tons and tons and tons of tutorial videos on this channel that you can go to at your leisure and to learn. The first thing I want to do today is apologize for how long this song took me to do. You would think this is a basic chorus that is sung in churches all over the world. SoulMCA should have knocked this out a long time ago. Well, true as that may be, this progression, they're doing a few things a little differently. And really, the song was long. There's a part 1 and a part 2 apparently to this song, and it's like 15 minutes and something. And when you give me a video that long to review, first I get a little overwhelmed because of the length of it, because I have to figure out how to break that long video down to something smaller, and then I have to figure out what parts of it I want to take out to teach while still making it make sense. I don't just jump on here and just go through a song, and that's part of why I'm effective, is I think about how I want to teach it and think about how I want to put it together. So that took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do this, but nonetheless I should have had this done much sooner. So now that that is out the way, we are doing Bow Down and Worship Him by Bishop Paul Morton today. We're going to be in the key of B, but before we even get going, you have to know that I'm on a D-tuned bass. All right, so I'm not B, E, A, D, G. I'm actually B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. If you're interested in that tuning, check out that playlist above. It will give you my tuning. It'll tell you why I play detuned. It'll tell you the advantages of playing detuned in that playlist, the number system, as well as how to figure out the number system in any key, and some other important things. So with all of that housekeeping out of the way, we can get to it. I'm going to apologize also for me not being centered in these demos, and you're not really going to be able to see what my hands are doing. But when we talk about them, you'll see my hands. My seat was still adjusted for the last video I did with more of a headshot. All right. So we're in the key of B, B major scale, first note, second note, third note. You can follow along on your screen. Fourth note, fifth note, sixth note, seventh note, and our octave. All right. Then we have our accidentals, the notes that happen in between, and we're just going to use all of them today. We're going to need all of them. So we've got our sharp 1, our flat 3, sharp 4, sharp 5, and our flat 7. Right, when you put all of that together, we've got 1, sharp 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, sharp 5, 6, flat 7, sorry, flat 7, 7, 1. I gave you the 7 instead of the flat 7 when I talked about accidentals. I apologize. All right, so that's what we should have as our flat 7. Okay, so we are ready to get into the song. Now, the introduction of this song, you're going to get something that sounds a little bit like this. Not exactly, but something similar to something that sounds like this. So while all of that is going, it's just really someone talking, exhorting. I think it's Bishop Morton, really setting the atmosphere for the place. And what's going on underneath all of that is this progression: 4, 5, 6, 1. All right. All that other lovely stuff you're hearing over that is just elaborations on that. I'm not going to give you exactly what I was doing. I'm not going to give you exactly what they're doing. Because all of that is, it's not stuff you need to memorize. It's stuff that you could just play whatever's coming to your head at the time. If you're familiar with your major scale, it can all, and honestly all is at its base coming out of that. If you want to get a little more specific, it's a minor scale and the major scale that you're working. I could get even more specific than that and get into the theory. I'm not going to do that on this video. because that will take me somewhere I don't desire to go today, and I have other plans for that. All right, so that's all that is. 4, 5, 6, a passing one back to the 4, and it's really quick, that passing one. So you can even skip over it and you won't miss a beat, or you can kind of accent it as you go to keep moving to the 4. So now we get into this part, bow down and worship him. And we've got this 4, 5. Then we immediately go into this. Right? 2, 3, 5, 1, 6. You know what? Let's just, I'm just going to get my notes up from now. I do this every time. Yep, 2, 3, 5, 1, 6. Then we go to 2, 4, 5. And we have this nice little fill. 1, 5, 4, 3. I went lower 1 and he does 2, 4. All right, it helps to have that open string. I'm running out of strings. When I go to 3, that's an open note. So when I did 1, 5, 4, that was an open string for me. Low 1, 4. Okay, if you're in standard tuning, you won't have access to that 3 being open. Then they just finish it off with something kind of like this. It's not exactly, but it's close. So 4, 4, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 4. Down, and it goes right back into the second one. All right. So the second one sounds a lot like the second pass sounds a lot like the first, where you have 4, 5, then 2, 4, 5. But then you're gonna get this, and let me just make sure I look. 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4. Okay, so again, that's 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, then the lowest 5, 6, or a lower 5, 6, 4. Let's see if I can kind of play it in time. All right. And I think that's all they do. Oh. All right, so the ending I gave you on the last one should have been the ending for this one. All right, the first one just ends on 4, and then you can just go 1, 4. All right. So play it with me from the beginning, the 2 passes back to back. All right. I won't say anything. I'll put it up on screen. 1, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3, and. Go into the 1. Let's finish the song. All right, so this section is actually 2 parts. The first phrase is consuming fire, sweet perfume. So we've got con 4, 4, 4. Now this doesn't happen. I just did it. It just goes to the 3, right? But I did a open string because anytime I have access to an open string, I'm gonna slide into it because why not? All right, so again from the top. 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Then we get this phrase. All right, that's 5, sharp 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 5. Then we get this, which I messed up a little bit on in the demo. I wasn't that clean with it, unfortunately. Flat 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh. And then it goes to the 4. All right, so flat 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. All right, which is going to take us into the next part. This is holy ground. Wow. So 4, 5, 6. Then really all that's happening is 2, 5, 1. Then back to the 4. Now that gives you that whole little 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. Gives you plenty of opportunity to do chromatics from 2 below or 2 above. Gives you a chance to bounce between your 1 and the 4 respectively of that note, or the 1 and the 5 respectively of that note. It's really going to come down to you and your preference, all right, however you feel like doing that. All right, so let me take it from the top of that part again, now that you understand where the fill-ins can happen. This is holy. Now we go back to the 4. 4, 5, 6. Then we get this. 4. Okay, no, let me talk you through what just happened. All right, so 4, 5, 6. We're gonna slide all the way down to the G string here, to our 3, and chromatically down from the 3 to the sharp 1. 3, flat 3, 2, 1. Now, if you notice, right there, I just did it when I was just showing you the demo. I walked it straight down with your fingers. I do not recommend that when you're trying to do this whole line, though, because what's going to happen is right after this, you've got to get that chorded feel, chorded sound, and that actually is a 2 right there. Is that a 2? Yeah, that's a 2 right there. doubt myself for a second. All right, so I recommend that you do three, flat three, two, and then slide down with your middle finger to keep your pointer finger available for access to the two. Right, then you're gonna do 5, 6, 7. Go back to that lower 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, and down to the 4, 5, 6, and then it just kind of like fades out there on the bass. And there's one little small section that's left, but that's basically it. All right, so let me just give you the second phrase of that. This is Holy Ground one more time, slower. Turtle speed, okay? And I didn't say the notes there, but you could have followed along on the screen. All right, so let's, I think we did a Consuming Fire, right, without talking. So let's do This Is Holy Ground without talking the first time, and then the second time with this little fill. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and now, sorry if I went a little fast there. Use the time before that for that section to do it slower. All right. So then, really, the only last part is I can't even remember what they're reciting towards the end, but it's just something that's like it's just a 6 that's being held. Sorry, we're in B, right? Yeah, it's just a 6 being held, and then it's like a 5, 5, 2, 3. But I can't remember the words now. I can't remember the phrase, but just take me on that. Take my word on that. All right, it's a sustained 6, and then that kind of sound right there. But it's really they take it up an octave. So you got and that's really all he's doing, and then he works it a little bit more, that phrase, and eventually comes down here with it. Can't remember the word, so just listen to the song yourself. That is pretty much the whole of section part 1. Now I missed a pass or two here. I think I took one pass away the first time, the first part, Bow Down. I may have missed some other small or larger licks, but by and large, this is the better stuff, or not even the better stuff. Some of the things you'll probably have more questions about. I don't want to say better stuff because there's some stuff he did in there that I did not add that are also good stuff. Now for part 2, and I'm not going to do another video for part 2, but basically a lot of this is happening again. There's a few new phrases, a little bit of groove here or there too. The only thing you need to know is that when it goes to part 2, it goes up to C sharp. All right, it moves from B to C sharp. And if you watched it on YouTube like I did and learned it on YouTube like I did, then there is always a commercial right as part 1 is ending and part 2 starts. So I don't know what happened in that section. I'm assuming it's just a straight changeover in the track, and the reprise just comes in. But somewhere in there, they took it up 2 whole steps, or a whole step, 2 half steps. Sorry. All right, so that is that. If you have any questions, feel free to get me in the comments. I'm pretty sure I was very clear today with the teaching, despite my errors. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. Been playing a lot of bass today. All right, I'm SoulMCA. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Hey, 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 hey. What's up, y'all? Please give me a like and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe if you like, and then hit the bell and say yes all, so when a video drops, you'll get the call.
Yes, sir.